What's going on, y'all? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. It's time for a new thing, actually. It turns out Secrets of Magic had a bunch of cool magic lore in it. We haven't talked about lore in a long time on the channel. I'd really like to just face first into that. And at some point, I have to learn to do something other than just be a marshal at the top of my lungs. So today, the first episode of Magic 101. How does magic work within Pathfinder's setting? Well, friends, we're here to find out, starting with the 4 essences. Remember, if you're liking what you're seeing, to like, subscribe, ding the bell. Stay caught up on all your stuff. For now, let's dive in. Okay, so before we dive into like cathartic magic or geomancy or anything like that, first we're going to start at the beginning. What is magic? How does the thing that powers a large portion of the classes of Pathfinder function? It's a question I've never really thought to ask myself. You all know I've made lore videos talking about how this part of the Inner Sea is definitely not Russia and this part is definitely not the Vikings. But of course, there is an in-universe answer for how this comes about. An in-universe answer that is constantly expanding and evolving as the casters of the universe learn more about magic. So what I'm about to say is not a definitive, not a this is how magic works, period, there it is, haha, but rather one school of thought. One of the generally held consensuses is at the heart of all magic, there exist 4 essences. The building blocks of creation as we know it, sort of the periodic table, though I guess we'll see more of that when Secrets of Alchemy drops. Those 4 essences being mind, spirit, matter, and life. Mind is the energy that encompasses everything from logic to dreams to creativity, emotion, not only your specific experience in your consciousness, but like the collective energy of everyone's consciousness, everyone's knowledge, everyone's rational mind, everyone's language processing centers, so on and so forth. It's a necessary part of like the building blocks of creation because in fact a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Without it, a creature would be rendered incapable of thought. Oozes, zombies, and so forth. Matter, your solids, your liquids, your gases, your stuff that plays with the physical world up to and including like combustion, electricity. It in its purest form can be found in the 4 elemental planes, which somehow BDG has never talked about. I'll put it on the to-do list. Of all of the 4 essences, it is the essence that most adheres to like physical laws, scientific processes, logic, things like that. It's like firing a fireball underwater. It doesn't do the same thing as it does if you launch it in air because the literal elements play with each other differently. It's important because without it, without those building blocks, people like you and I couldn't exist and we'd all be like floating around incorporeal, just mental constructs, spiritual constructs, so on and so forth. Speaking of which, next up, spirit, to quote the book, metaphysical opposite of matter, is the building blocks for your angels, devils, demons, azatas, and all the extraplanar beings in between. Fully tangible, definitely exists, and is also the building block for the immortal soul. Spirit is so intertwined into humanoid life, it reverberates, it inspires, it elevates, it's there when we give uplifting speeches, it's there during concerts. When we feel big feelings, our spirit is what helps amplify, inform the rest of our body, so on and so forth. And then lastly, life. That spark, or lack thereof, absolute positive energy, absolute negative energy, that which in excess on either side can be an act of pure evil, both being required to keep the cycle spinning. The primal and subconscious emotions are ruled by the essence of life. Without life being infused into us, we would be literal constructs. Creatures neither living nor dead, but capable of rational thought, feeling to some degree, and obviously made of physical things. Roll all 4 of these together and you have the 4 basic, though I suppose broadly generalized, building blocks for what life is. Combine these in groups of 2, and that's where the magical traditions come from. Arcane magic being the manipulation of the physical world, a literal mind over matter, if you will. Occult magic, manipulation of the metaphysical, the essence of spirit combined with the essence of mind. Primal magic is the absolute faith in the physical world, or life in the sense of matter, divine magic being that absolute faith in the metaphysical, in things outside of our realm of living, spirit plus life. Make sense? Cool. That will then conclude today's lesson. What do y'all think? Do your brains hurt? Have we stretched a little bit? Next week, we'll bop around with the individual schools of magic, what they do, what they can't do. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.